Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another video from T.W White Sons Mazda. Okay, taken in part exchange literally half an hour ago. We have a Mazda 3 2-litre petrol automatic hatchback 5-door Sport Nav in snowflake white, so pearlescent white with black leather interior. Now, as I take you around the car, hopefully you can appreciate the condition this car's in. Literally, it's coming as it is, so good enough to take photos and videos of the car, but obviously we will valet the car. But it's a real testament to the previous owner. We sold the car new, okay, and the previous customer, this is a very funny story, got a company car, had it for about a week. He traded this in, well, we bought it off him. He got a company car, this was a couple of years ago now, and a week later he phoned us up and he said, oh, I don't really like my company car. Can I buy my old car back? So the gentleman's owned it twice. So real fan of Mazda. He's picked up his Mazda 3 automatic current model, which he's very pleased with. And we're delighted to have this in our used car offering. Okay, now it's got a full service history with us here, T.W White Sons at Orpington. It was last serviced in January. Obviously, we shall put the car through the workshop. Anything that requires doing, service-wise, repair-wise, we shall do. It's in really lovely condition. There are a few little cosmetic imperfections I will be tending to. There's a little mark on the wing mirror, for example, okay, which is kind of normal. And there's a few little grazes on the wheels, but that shall all be done. That will all be done in the next couple of days, as well as with a fresh service and MOT if required. Now, this car is a standard car with the addition of the leather interior. The leather seats were an extra. But as we start around the back of the vehicle, I did notice another accessory. This car has, voila, a spare wheel, okay? And it's the correct spare wheel kit for the Mazda. So it comes with the tools, with the foam here around the back here. With the jack, because you can get these spare wheels online, but it won't have the correct boot floor. So that's all present and correct. Okay, so for those of you who require a spare wheel, it has one. For those of you who don't, it's better to have it than not, I suppose. You've got 60/40 split rear seats. Okay, I would say that's a family-friendly boot, so you could get a pram in there, etc. You've got ISOFIX anchorages in the back, so you can put ISOFIX child seats in the back there. You've got centre armrest. Okay, it's all in really lovely condition. There's no unpleasant smells. The stickers on the handrail, that's sort of original PDI stickers, are still there. The car is very nice, no unpleasant smells at all. All really good. My valet is very happy. You've got the Bose premium sound system, which you get on the Sport. You've got a height adjustable passenger seat, manual, but you've got electric driver's seat. Okay, I say 6-speed automatic gearbox with paddle shift. Bose. Oh, I'm repeating myself now, but all really lovely. The boot's free of any. The roof is free of any hail damage. I've had a few cars recently with lots of dents on the roof, and I could never understand how these dents could get there, but apparently hail damage, there's certain parts of the country that get a lot of hail damage, and yeah, it's a bit of a pain, but this is all free from any of that. Okay, you've got privacy glass at the back, keyless entry, so when you've got the key on your person, press the button, the car will unlock itself. You've got electric windows, wing mirrors. Turn this knob here, the wing mirrors will fold in. Let's have a look at these electric seats. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8-way electric seat. Okay. Over here, you've got traction control, so it helps keep you on the road as safe as possible. Obviously, it's an aid, okay, but it will help stop you wheel spin. It will help if you got into if you brakes heavily, and it'll help keep you in a straight line, basically. I stop, so engine stop start, to save petrol, save fuel, save you money, and be better to the environment. So when the car is operating at its optimum sort of temperature, charge, etc., when you're in traffic, foot on the brake, you're not moving, the car will switch itself off and then back on as as you move away. AFS, so it's got the sort of it's got xenon lights, and they kind of turn as you turn, so really good lighting. And that's also got the washers. All right, that's what the little washers are for. When you've got xenons, you must have washers. That's a part of UK legislation. Okay, so let's get in the vehicle. Right. Now, we've got 2 keys with the car. Okay, I think that's the original tag. There you go, from when we sold it new. It's got the chassis number on it. Okay, so you put your foot on the brake, press this button here, car fires up into life. Heads up display raises, and that will display your speed, basic sat nav functions, cruise control speed, etc. So imagine looking forward or looking down as you're driving. You can see where this is going now, and I think a lot of cars will have that as standard. That's something that's been out on these since about 2012, late 2012. You've got automatic wipers, automatic lights, and they are xenon. Cruise control. You can set a speed limiter. You can change your tracks here. Answer a call, decline a call, turn the volume up and down. You've got a little trip computer here that will give you range and bits and pieces. Okay. This is your sat nav, your radio, your car settings. We'll come back to that in a minute. Down here you've got your climate control. Now, it is rather warm today, 22 degrees. It's a bit muggy, so I always have the air conditioning on, and it is ice cold, as you'd expect. You've got 3-stage heated seats, parking sensors front and rear. This particular model doesn't have the rear camera, but if it's something you do require, you can actually retrofit a camera. You know, not some sort of bolt-on thing. It's because the later cars did have a camera standard, so it's what we call plug and play. Literally plugs in and off you go. Dual zone climate control, CD player, USBs there for reading data and charging. Okay, and you've got this multimedia commander that will operate this screen here. Okay, so you've got apps, music, communication, which is your phone, etc. Now, this is touchscreen. However, when the car's moving, so only when stationary, it is touchscreen. When the car's moving, it won't be. So I would say get used to using this. I call it the human interface, but I believe it says multimedia commander in the brochure. So app page here. So you've got fuel economy monitor, warning guidance, maintenance reminders, etc. I know you can add Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so they come as a pair. So if you switch between phones, it doesn't matter, and that means you can sort of mirror your apps and stuff on this system here, which I know a lot of people do like to do, and it's a standard feature on our new cars. That's a £350 option. If you wanted it with this car, we'll do you a discount on the CarPlay. Okay. Music. So you've got FM, AM, all the usual bits. But more importantly, Bluetooth, so you can stream anything from your phone, and from the USBs you can read data. I often listen to podcasts and bits and pieces from my phone, so I think that's very, very useful. Connectivity, I think these days is what a lot of people want, certainly myself. Even my father in his 70s, you know, will stream music. Communication. So once paired up, you can access your call lists, your phone book, dialed, missed calls, etc. If you've got an Android phone, it will also read your text messages to you. It's only really now, years later, that my friends have stopped doing that, because they thought it was hilarious to send me messages that got read out in the car, especially when I was with my mother. So yeah, quite a novel thing, but very handy, because it will read a text out. You know, you're not distracted. So I think that is a very good feature. Navigation, it's got a very good comprehensive navigation. This can be updated in a laptop. It probably is updated. We tend to do them on the services. Okay. Find address, and you sort of think, where do I put the postcode in? You put in town, okay, and then off you go, you put the postcode in. When you're on your journey, okay, you can find a place of interest. So I often pick up cars. I say this in all my videos, and this is the truth. I pick up cars from various different places all around the country, and I often pick them up. There's no fuel in them. So often look for a fuel station. When I pick cars up, I use this, and up it comes. It'll tell you the direction, the distance, and the company. Now, we carry BP fuel cards, so that's something I would find very useful. You can set up a Wi-Fi hotspot from your phone to the car, so your car is in effect connected to the internet. And for example, on this page here, it will also tell you the fuel prices. You'll also get live traffic updates, weather reports, amongst other things. So a very good sat nav system. I've travelled across Europe with it. It's served me very, very well. Okay, and it's got a nice voice, but I think you can change the voice. Settings. So AD display, so that's a heads-up display. You can adjust that. Okay, that's not a manual adjustment. That will adjust from here. Okay, I've never known one to go wrong. So yeah, it is reliable. In case you were wondering, you can change the brightness and bits and pieces on there as well. All right. Display. You can turn this display off. Show the clock if that's distracting you, etc. Safety. The car's got smart city braking, so there's a camera up there. So if you were to get too close to like that low wall, a car, a person, you're traveling under 20 miles an hour, because it only operates under 20 miles an hour. I think 19 miles an hour. And the car thinks you're not turning, you're not accelerating, you're not braking. So basically, you're not intending to do that maneuver. So for example, you're looking out the window, you're distracted, it's a hot day, you're in traffic. Take your eye off the road, you're creeping forward, it will apply the brakes to stop that collision. Something that a lot of cars come with these days. I don't know if it's mandatory, a bit like ABS brakes is mandatory now, and I believe traction control is. But it's recognised by insurance companies, because a lot of accidents happen under 20 miles an hour. Insurance companies recognise this, and it is reflected in your premium. And you've got parking sensors front and rear. You've got the Bose sound system, which is fantastic. You've got Bose centre point. I've tried play yourself some opera music if that's your thing, and it does feel like you're in in the middle of an opera house, really. So excellent sound system, bespoke sound system for this car. It is tremendous. You've got a clock that's GPS synced, so you never have to change the clock again, because I always struggle manually changing a clock on actually how to do it. Vehicle settings, you've got rain sensing wipers, you've got door lock settings. So this is set as a walk away lock, so you walk away from the car will lock, okay, when you've got the keys on yourself, which is great. It's one less thing to do. I used to think things like that were gimmicky. Why can't you just lock the car yourself? But when you've got a 2.5-year-old in one hand, shopping in the other, your dog in the other, 3 hands, it's just one less thing to do. It's handy. You've got some lighting settings, interior light settings. So look, if you leave the door open and your lights are on, after 30 minutes they'll turn off. The interior light stops your battery going flat. When you shut your doors, your interior light will shut after 15 seconds. Coming home lights, so when you lock the car after you come home, they'll stay on for 30 seconds, so on and so forth. Okay, so really comprehensive, really comprehensive settings there. Excellent connectivity. This is the 2-litre petrol SKYACTIV engine as well, so really good on fuel. If you bought one in manual, they would be £30 road tax. So that gives you an idea. A lot of people say, oh, it's got a 2-litre engine, but it's so clean, which is why the road tax was so low on the manual version. The CO2 is a little bit higher on the auto, hence the reason it goes up ever so slightly. So yeah, excellent car, really economical, really well spec'd, excellent service history. It'll come with a 12-month Mazda ZZ Plus warranty with 12 months roadside assistance. We'll fully valet the car. All the little cosmetic bits and pieces I shall have done in the next couple of days, and it shall go for our workshop for a service as well. Okay, if there's any more specific photographs or any more videos you'd like me to send you, please don't hesitate to ask. Do inquire at any time of day. We often pick up emails out of business hours and voicemails, so do drop us a message, and we'll come back to you as quickly as possible. A part exchange is extremely welcome, even if you don't have a Mazda or a Suzuki, the cars that we sell new. If you look on our website, you'll see, you've got a GLC, you've got this, an A-Class, and an Audi, and a whatnot. We cherry pick lovely part exchanges, so we have a really good facility here to price cars and give you the best possible price. Obviously, it's very easy to get an idea of what your car's worth these days on the internet with these online buying companies, but I'm sure we can be as competitive, if not more. So do give us a go. So thanks very much for watching. Oh, and did I mention we have the facility to extend the warranty, and we have fantastic finance facilities. So yes, just finishing off. Thanks for watching, and hope you've enjoyed it, and we look forward to hearing from you. Take care. Bye-bye.